So, 4 more races to go, and next up it is DD2 and DD2 Masters, the final. Let's take you through the starting grid. After winning the pre-final by just under 7/10 of a second, Len Nyes will start from pole position. Wood Kirstens in a 466 will be alongside on the front row for close company. Nicolas Guillaume and Laurens Herbos in all Belgian row number 2, ahead of Nico van der Pavert and Imke Arts in all Dutch row 3s. The Netherlands and Belgium row 4, with Axel Hoes and Kian de Brandt. Dimitri Ostrovsky starts in DD2 Masters in 9th, and will be joined by the 418 of Jesse Spans on row 5. Louis Koch and Christoph Adams, DD2 and DD2 Masters line up on row 6. Wim Rouleau and Rick van der Start round out row 7, ahead of Derek van Kurt and Bennett Demler. Luca Neuenhuizen, Tom van Weert and Milan Vroom round out the top 19 starters. Vincent van Kouwhoffen and Gwen Bloxhill retired from the race. Nick Danchenko was classified last and was underweight by less than a kilo and put to the back of the field, having finished originally in 12th position on the road. 4.34 and 4.88, Bennett Demler and Luca Neuenhuizen, both getting a 5-second front fairing penalty. Official warning, leaving the carts before the front fairing was checked. Nick Danchenko, Louis Koch, Derek van Kurt, and 4.32, Milan Vroom. 3-second time penalty went to the 418 of Jesse Spans for unsportsmanlike driving. Gwen Bloxhill has got an official warning because of driving standards. So that rounds out the penalties for DD2 and DD2 Masters. So 13 minutes plus 2 additional laps for these drivers. As the mind games begin. Oh, joy of joys. This is going to be very interesting indeed, how these drivers, let's say the words, conduct themselves. It is a final, but it does not mean that anything goes. It's not a mixed martial arts match. There's none of the striking. Right, red lights on the gantry for what could be the last time for DD2 and Masters this weekend. Into the tram lines we go, revs rise. Lights are out first time. Good start by Len Nyes. Guillaume up into P2. Kirsten's left hung out to dry a little bit as they go through into turn number 3. No late lunges. Good show, everybody, as we get through by turn 5. Whether we get through this lap by the end of the Europlan depends on how desperate some drivers might be. Others might make a little bit of a, like say in an Austrian waltz, don't make a misstep because you'll stumble over your own 2 feet, not on anybody else's. So after the opening lap, it is going to be Len Nyes that leads, but how much will the advantage be in the favour of the Belgian? Let's find out. 0.4 of a second. Puts in a 55.856 does Len Nyes, so good opening lap by him. Guillaume up into second again. Kirsten's now P3. Mika van der Pavert, 4th. 5th, Axel Hoes. 6th, Laurens Herbos. Imke Arts has stumbled early doors, and she's down 3 places into 9th at the minute. So the early couple of steps in this race have been taken. Over these early. Oh, someone. Oh, dearie, dearie me. Someone big time lost the exhaust It went flying and got caught under the front bumper of somebody else. That was coming out down the start-finish straight. So someone had to duck for cover. So we'll see who that was. It came off the back of... Well, whoever's cart that was that... literally, someone had to run duck for cover, so to speak. Oh, whoever that was very, very lucky indeed. I didn't quite pick out the number, but someone has got a mechanical black flag coming right their way right now. Whoever that might be. It definitely was at the sharper end of the field, so... Oh, yes, Ispans has ended up in pit lane. Oh dear, 4.32 has just had a 3-second time penalty thrown their way. Milan Vroom, congratulations. 10-second penalty, overtaking during the start procedure after the red line. Oh, that's a big, big no-no right there, I'm afraid. No, you can't. No, you can't do that. I'm sorry, you can't do that. That is a big no-no in anyone's book. And if you are trying to get back into your grid position, you have to do that before the red line. So, yeah, that, in the words of the Family Fortunes buzzer, I'm afraid. So, coming up to 9 minutes, plus 2 additional laps remaining in this DD2 final. It's all about keeping a calm head and cool shoulders. So Benek Demler has gone past Nick Danchenko, who's made up 6 places. Nicolas Guillaume trying to close in on Len Nyes for the race lead. Imke Arts has now got past Vincent van Kerkhoven, who we lost on the opening lap. Just behind them, Louis Koch, I think, has just dive-bombed up the inside. Yes, and has gotten through on Dmitry Ostrovsky. Good to see some Kraft Motorsport liveries back in the paddock for chrono karting. Kilian, servus. Right, for those that don't know, Kilian Kraft is I think one of the, if not the youngest team boss in modern-day karting I know of. But a great chap, nonetheless. So 8 minutes to go. Luca Neuenhausen has dropped down. So I think Jesse Spans was the one that had the rogue exhaust. It flew off, whacked another car, and that was it. Game over. So at the moment, no other announcements being made on the live timing. Someone has definitely found that an exhaust has flashed itself onto theirs, or onto their bodywork thereof. It can happen. It can happen. But the person who probably didn't think anything of it, and then all of a sudden we hear this, it's like someone's just aggravated a really bad chainsaw in a bad mood, let's put it that way. So 6 minutes 45, plus 2 laps to go. Nyes leads by 7.5 tenths of a second ahead of Guillaume. Gerstens rounds out the top 3. Mika van der Pavet now 4th. Lawrence Herbo is 5th. Kian de Brandt 6th. Axel who's 7th. Imke Arts 8th. Vincent van Kerkhoff and Louis Koch running at the top 10. Well, oh dear, Imke Arts. Oh no, the 421. What's happened? She's parked it. Possibly a technical issue there for the 421. What a shame. So whether it was her cart that had the exhaust, but I didn't really hear any undue noises thereof. It can sometimes happen where Well, I mean, if an exhaust had come loose off of another cart, then you would have heard it. 100%. So we are coming down to the second half of this race very shortly. So 2 drivers out of the race, Jesse Spans and Imke Arts. So drivers for both individuals. But the battle between Nicolas Guillaume and Wout Kirstens carries on. So, just under 4 minutes remaining. Axel Hoos has now got through on Kian de Brandt. Another retiree, Nick Danchenko, out on lap 9. But Guillaume and Kirstens not that far behind each other. Well, Guillaume about 3, well, probably about 2 and a bit tenths, give or take 3 tenths per second in front, but Len Nyes has pretty much cantered away with this into the distance. Luca Neuhausen has just dropped to 18th, head of Tom van Weert. Milan Vroom, 7th, 17th, 16th. Gwen Bloxhill, she's moved up from 21st, now runs 16th. So we are down to 19 runners and riders. Danchenko out lap 9, Arts out lap 7, Spans out lap 3. So it hasn't been an easy one for our drivers in the office. They'll be breathing a big old sigh of relief the minute that this race concludes. Nicolas Guillaume looking over his right shoulder. Mika van der Parvet, in the meantime, has been like a little bit of a silent ninja assassin. He's now up into P4. He's ahead of Lawrence Herbols and is on pace to catch the 2 in front. Guillaume's last lap, 54.677. Kirstens, 54.670. Van der Parvet, 54.692. His last time was a 54.632, and then the previous time before that was a 54. Well, he's pretty much trying to catch them up as best he can. So Wout Kirstens becomes the combi cart meat and an SP Motorsport sandwich at the minute. Oh, it's 2 sandwich references I've made this weekend. One reference Van Wyk and Turlow, and now SP Motorsport and combi cart. Don't worry, you're not getting a third out of me. But the timer is fast counting down. We are just 3 laps after this one away from completing what will be a predicted 17 laps in this DD2 and DD2 Masters final. And at the minute, well, Dmitry Ostrovsky might have won the pre-final, but the pre-final is not going his way. And he is behind the duo of Christoph Adams and Wim Hulot. Timer has now officially expired. As Louis Koch still battling away with, I think it's Bennett Demler at the moment. And Koch might be looking for the move up the inside. Neatly does it. Oh, he gave that man something to think about and went, no, you're not coming back at me. There you go. Off into the runoff area. Happy days. Job done. Leaders, however, or leader thereof, Len Nyes, has got a comfortable lead. 2.3 seconds with 2 laps to go. Lap 16 out of 17 underway. And, oh, well, that was a bit of a rude shove there on Christoph Adams. Well, Christoph Adams knows about rude shoving. The less said about that, the better. The character, if you had the most eccentric person in modern day karting, that person would be Christoph Adams. And everyone has heard the stories. Everyone's heard the rumours. I think 99% of them are true, from what I understand. As Mr. Breedfeld has just jumped into the commentary box, he'll be joining me for our KZ2 Masters and KZ2 Finals. But the last lap is underway. What a job it's been for the man from Belgium, Len Nyes, for Sheepers Racing BV. Doing a fantastic job he's done. He's comfortably ahead. He put it on. Didn't put it on pole position, but he made sure he struck whilst the iron was hot in the pre-final earlier on today. He's going to make it double bubble here at the home of champions as he makes his way out of what is turn 9 for the final time. I still remember when this young man was with GKS Lemons Power all those years ago. And look, he's now evolved into a comfortable, confident driver, and that shows in how his driving style parlays into victory. Out of the final corner, it's double delight for the Belgian, Glenn Nyes. And with it, Nicolas Guillaume and Mika van der Pavet round out the podium for SP Motorsport. Lawrence Herboz, Axel Hoos, Kian de Brandt and Vincent van Kerkhoffen round out the top 7. Louis Koch rounds out 8th, ahead of Bennett Demler. Christoph Adams takes the win in the final. Oh, was Gwen Bloxill... Well, no, who was it? Ton van Veert, possibly. He lost a lot of places coming out of the final corner. So Christoph Adams wins in Masters. Wim Hulot, 2nd in Masters, 11th overall. Dmitry Ostrovsky, winner in the pre-final. 3rd best in the final itself. Rick van der Start, Derek van Kurt, Gwen Bloxill, Milan Vroom, Luca Neuenhausen, Wout Kirstens, and Ton van Veert round out the finishers. Nick Danchenko, we lost on lap 8. Imke Arts, we lost on lap 7. And Jesse Spans with a rogue exhaust that went flying into traffic behind him would retire on lap number 3.